Hey guys, Loma02, currently doing a cube draft, I believe number 19 here. So, this is pick one, pack one. Mana Crypt is the card that sticks out the most as being just busted and very powerful. But let's look at the rest of the pack. There's a Wasteland. There's also two fetch lands. I think Wooded Foothills is slightly better than Windswept Heath. Also have Birds of Paradise, which I don't think I would fault anyone. Again, a Legacy Cube for taking first, but alright, well, if Moto would work, I'm taking the Mana Crypt. I guess I just took it before we could finish talking about the pack. But anyway, that is the card we're going to... What the hell? Alright, the images are just screwed up. Alright, guys, Moto is being really laggy, so... Alright, well, there's a couple conflicting things here that I'm interested in. I could take the Entomb, which is very powerful. I can also take Scrubland, which I actually don't mind taking Scrubland here. Could possibly wheel in a Danto Vanguard, or, maybe a cast down or something like that. Remand's also quite good. I mean, it's a fine counter. There's also Karn Liberated, which is pretty good with Mana Crypt. It's not a bad card with Mana Crypt. I think I like taking Scrubland here, though, of all things. I think I just would prefer to have a Scrubland in my deck. Just a good duel. Okay, there's a Banisher, which goes in like the typical deck I draft. Also liking this. I like Inferno Titan to no small extent, but I haven't been seeing a lot of good red cards. Blue. I saw Remand. I'm going to pick up the Concealed Courtyard here. Okay. Well, there's Ravages of War, which is what I'm going to take here, I think. Crystal Brand's also very good. I mean, with the... Well... Yeah, I mean... Either Figure or Brimaz may wheel. Wow, Moto, what is going on, man? Guys, this is pretty savage. The lag is real bad right now. Oof. Close all. Try to close as much as I can just to get through the draft, and then I'll probably have to do a restart on Moto because this is really bad. I'm afraid I'm going to get, wrong picks. Okay, well, there's Sulfuric Vortex, which is also kind of a sign that, red deck wins may be, wide the hell open. And no one wants to do that. I mean, I think it's enough of a sign over Skull Clamp. I really don't like Skull Clamp in this cube, so I'm going to pick up Sulfuric Vortex here. Maybe wheel the Daredevil. If, no one wants to do that, I'll do it. Over playing, a white-black deck. We'll just see what wheels. I mean, Sulfuric Vortex, I think, is a lot better than folks give it credit for. I mean, I would not be opposed to first picking it, if the pack was just really weak. And it really is, the top end of that deck. It's, one of the cards you really want to have to go into that strategy. I tend to think. I mean, Fiery Confluence can go into a lot of decks. So I don't tend to, think that that is a sign, but... Yeah, I mean, so there's Thalia, which goes with my pack or my cards that I currently have. Or there's a Goblin Guide, which goes with the red card that I just picked up. I think Thalia... I mean, what was I getting out of that last pack? Not much. I'm going to pick up the Thalia here, though. I think Thalia is just leaps and bounds better than Goblin Guide as a card. Goblin Guide is quite good. I mean, in red, it's very good. In red, it is a good creature. Comparative to other creatures, it is not that great, but... I mean, really, you're looking for it to do 4 damage, and then you're looking to pitch the thing. Looking to probably block with it and just throw it away. Alright, yep, Elsbeth. I mean, both these decks are open, I think, but I already have enough support for white that I think it makes sense to go into white. And I don't mind Mana Crypt with Elsbeth, Knight Errant. I should have... What do we have here? Alright, well, there's good red cards and a good white card, so I'll pick up the good white card. Crypt tends to be a little awkward in these style of decks. I'm going to hope to pick up, one sword at some point, which should probably not be, a far-flung hope. Because swords do tend to go well with Mana Crypt. Alright, Legion's Landing, easy over Big Elsbeth. Yep, it's a 1-drop. That's what this deck wants. Wants and needs 1-drops. Alright, Adanto Vanguard. Over Limvala. Even though Limvala probably is a little bit better once you have Mana Crypt, but... Not much. I mean, there's good 4-drops already for this deck. You have Palace Jailer now, which is just absurd. It's an absurd 4-drop. Not even per se a good one. It's probably not healthy for the game. The Monarchy mechanic is just, I think it's intended for multiplayer. Once it goes into two-player, it becomes just bonkers. Alright, Baneslayer, not a bad board card, but I'll pick up a Banisher Priest. Banisher Priest, not great, but also not bad. It's just temporary removal. Basically, Banisher is just like, I like to run him in decks just to get like one turn of or one combat step. Like just, suck up their dude, expect them to use removal on it. Well, like one half of their combat step and then like interaction on their next turn. Generally to get their thing back. Alright, Brahmaz, yeah, I mean this deck's wide open, like... Alright, Angel of Invention, sure. Not going to play Iona. Iona is top end. Iona is solely in here as a reanimator card. It's in here to really goozle decks like the one I'm playing. Alright, Ophiomancer, actually a good board card for this deck, especially if I end up playing black. Spectral Pross, yeah, sure, for now. For now, you can stay in there. Well, for this deck, I mean, Godless Shrine's great, but I think it's Smuggler's Copter. I don't want a second Geddon. Now I just want to flush out the smaller part of the curve, so the 1-drops and 2-drops. Angel of Invention. I don't know. I've never played this card in Vintage Cube. I mean, it's a good card, but 5 mana is a lot. Alright, what do we have here? Well, we have Fetch Lands. We also have Silverblade Paladin. A Fetch Land could be right, but I have no reason to play black right now, do I? I mean, other than board for Ophiomancer. Pick up the Silverblade. I'm really not interested in playing Spectral Pross. I'm just going to hope for more 2-drops to be opened. Because I don't think anyone else is in this deck. If they are, they did a really bad job of sending the signal last pack. Yeah, I mean, Bob's great in this deck as far as like 2-drops that I would play, but Gideon Ally of Zendikar is one of the top 4s. It basically goes 1 Geddon, 1 Elspeth, 1 Gideon, and then Palace Jailers. Like that's what you want at your 4 spot, and that's it. Nothing greater than those. You know what? No 5s in the deck. I mean, if you run a sword, if you have to run a sword, that's technically a 5, but... Okay, so there's nothing here for us. So I suppose it is just an Honor of the Peer, which does work a lot better with Spectral Procession, so we do need to consider playing it now. It's one of the few cards that pays, or you get paid off for playing it with Spectral Pross. Alright, history, maybe someone else jumped in this is probably just how the packs are breaking. Maybe someone else jumped into our archetype that we're drafting here, but I think it's just, it's how the packs are falling. Just gotta be patient with it. No one's jumped onto Red Deck Wins, like, at all. There may be no one playing a red. Like, Lightning Strike that late's even kind of a little bit appalling. Hellrider is pretty specific in what it wants to go into. I mean, you could play it in a multi-color deck, but... What is this deck lacking? Removal right now, for one. It probably wants, like, 1 Swords to Plowshares or Path to Exile, 1 Unexpectedly Absent, which I generally expect to get in these drafts because no one values that card, and I think it's very good. It does deal with anything. Council's Judgment, but that'll probably be taken because it just deals with anything. And it's a 3-mana spell, so, I mean, its value goes down a little bit to me because I already have a lot of 3s. Ooh. Huh. I'm going to take Absent over Gideon here. That's debatable. I will not take a Parallax Wave over the Finks, because I think Finks is just a better card. Well, Parallax Wave is a great sideboard card. In the matchup you want it in is better than Finks, but you generally just want creatures for this deck. I'm going to take out History. I'm generally not a fan of running it. Now, what we really need to do is get more 1s and 2s. Like, 1s and 2s are kind of not a thing we're getting a lot of here, and it's kind of hurting us. Alright, Geddon, sure. I don't think I'll run 2, though. The next pack had Bob in it, right? Bob did not come around, so someone wants to play... Or maybe it was the next pack. I'll pick up the Dark Ritual. Sure. Yeah, Bob's here. I actually do want this card. I think it's a good card for this deck. I meant to be able to cast him, but, we've got 2 pieces of fixing. The Godless Shrine did not come around of note. That was in the pack prior to the Bob pack, I believe. There was a fetch land in this next one. Sure, I have the highest chance of playing for Phyrexian Arena, but I probably won't. 1,000-Year Storm. So, how does this deck look? Well, it's short on 1s and 2s. Really all we want now are 1 and 2 drops. Land tax would be great in it. The deck is open, so we shouldn't really be fighting anyone for anything. It's just going to depend on what we can wheel out of packs that are opened nearest us. Because I think in this draft, or this pack at least, there were some packs that we couldn't get wheels out of that had like 2 cards that we kind of liked. All right, yeah, Burst Lightning, I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to hate it, but it's the card that's best against me. Oh, I'm sure. Definitely take a Hell Rider. Hell Rider's a fine card. Yeah, we could have been Red Deck Wins or White Weenie. I think White Weenie's actually slightly better deck, though. Alright, so there's no card here for us other than like Council's Judgment or Remorseful Cleric. I'm going to take Judgment. I really want to get that Remorseful Cleric back because I think this deck wants Remorseful Cleric more than it wants Judgment. But Judgment will not wheel. Like, that card will not wheel. I don't think there's a good chance that it does. It's very unconditional removal. Alright, Recruiter or Kitesail Freebooter. I think this deck wants Freebooter more, and I suppose there's a chance that the Recruiter could come around. And Kitesail Freebooter is just very good in this deck. I mean, it's discard, basically. And it flies, it's a 1-2. Activates the Smuggler's Copter. I mean, obviously our mana is not perfect right now for casting it. I only have 2 ways to do that, but you know, the card is just very solid. If I get a land tax, which I'm hoping is open, because I don't think someone would take that. Like, there's really only one deck that wants to run it. The big control decks of this format, you know, cannot really afford to play it because they never want to get behind on lands. This deck can like just sack lands and still play out just fine. But it does need some more 1-drops to make that a reality. All right, well, Palace Jailer, like we said, is one of the top drops for the top end of this deck. I like Porcelain Legionnaire a lot, but the way aggro cards are wheeling, maybe Porcelain Legionnaire comes around. I think I got to take the Palace Jailer, though, because I don't feel like that card could wheel, because folks don't understand how to evaluate it if they haven't played with it before. But it's just very stupid. Like, the effect that Palace Jailer has on the game is just dumb. And another good thing is we have Mana Crypt, which allows us to get our 4-drops down early. So, I mean, if we can, you know, turn 2 Palace Jailer on a Rofellos or something like that, it's really good. Okay, Oblivion Ring and Stud of War. Stud of War is a pretty easy pickup here. I wouldn't mind Scrap Heap Scrounger either. It could wheel, and I'd play it. Especially if I'm splashing black. Like, it's just a good little splash, and I'm a very high creature density deck. I'm at 23 with 2 lands, so I'm not playable like, because I have sideboard options right now for playables, but I don't really want to play a second Geddon. I don't want 5, 4-drops in the deck. I don't really want to play Spectral Pross, even though I do have Honor of the Pure. I may play it, but... And then History, kind of the same thing. Like, History's just kind of slowish. Alright, 2-drop that flies. Perfect. Exactly what the deck wants to see. Alright, Phyrexian Revoker is optimal for this deck as well. I like Tidehollow Sculler a lot, but I already got the Freebooter, so I'm going to put the Revoker in there. Alright, not really anything for us here, but I don't think it's Enlightened Tutor. Enlightened Tutor gets what? It gets Honor of the Pure, it gets the Mana Crypt, and it gets the Phyrexian Revoker, and that's it. I think right here, it's a pretty easy Lyra Dawnbringer because it's just a good sideboard card against like some mid-range decks. Okay, Relic Warder and Karakas are both pretty stellar cards, but I think it's Relic Warder here, even though I really like Karakas a lot. But I'm still a little bit playable light, and I would like to start a Relic Warder in this deck. I don't know if I'm going to keep the Black Splash alive or not, guys. Right now, if I had land tax, I'd be more inclined to, so I could put 1 Singleton Miser Swamp in there. And I think that tends to make it a little better, because it gives me like 3 ounce to getting it. So I don't know. I am hitting my marks on the creatures, though. Like, I do have plenty of creatures, and I have 2 Planeswalkers that are basically creatures. Remorseful Cleric did come around, so we'll pick it up. Well, this card came around too. Alright, what was the white card in this pack that I wanted to wheel? It was the Porcelain Legionnaire. I didn't wheel. That's fine. I mean, it's maybe it was more correct to take it because it's easier to splash that card in any deck. You just take 2 and splash it. But I'm pretty set on 2-drops. Alright, Scrap Heap did come around, though. Little Scrapper. The Scrapper. I'm going to cut Honor of the Pure from this build. This is not a land tax build, so I do think... Alright, yep. Fatal Push could sideboard that. Because I think I am going to keep some black cards in there. Wow. And this guy? Okay. Well, what am I cutting? I mean, is it bad to like sideboard in Council's Judgment? Maybe I don't want Recruiter the Guard. Pardon me, guys. So this is 27. Let me just do a quick check here. I could possibly play one swamp. This puts me in a 15 lander. One forest. No, Moto. Yeah, Kitchen Finks. That's why. One plains. I think we want to be at least 16 lands with this deck. I don't think we can go to 15. The cut is probably a 3-drop. And it's probably Kitchen Finks, of all things. Because Finks, I mean, I can sideboard it in if I really need it. It is good against Wraths. But I already have Selfless Spirit for that. I have Smuggler's Copter to kind of help support that need. This is essentially a 17-lander with the Crypt. I don't know how good Crypt's going to be in this build of it. I mean, I have quite a few double white requirements right now. I only have one. I guess it'll be okay. I'm only playing 2 black cards. I'm not going to play the Freebooter if I can play Title of Scholar. And frankly, it's solely due to the fact that it attacks for more. It does not fly, I get that, but it just attacks for more damage. And I have Elspeth to make things fly over. I think this deck is fine. It's 16-lander, no land tax, missing Mother of Runes. What else am I missing? Figure of Destiny we did not wheel. When we first decided to jump into this archetype, I saw Armageddon. It was Ravages of War, Figure of Destiny, and Brahmaz all in one pack, and I was like, all right, well, I probably should do this if I'm going to be drafting by signals. Yeah, this hand's great. I mean, this hand may not be beatable. Keep. I mean, I could get actually, I'm out of play. If I was on the play, I feel like this hand was impossible to beat. If it was like a Thoughtseize, that'd be rough. YOLO. Going for it. If they would kill this thing, I'm not going to take the damage just to keep it alive. But I just want to get something down. Play a creature out. No. Well, that makes my play pretty easy. Just play this out. Nothing. This is kind of a dumb draw. You can see the power of fast mana. I mean, I'm not saying I'm winning this. They could play like... Actually, not even True Name Nemesis really stops this. Yep. Got an answer to that thing, too. Huh. This is stupid. Yep, charge it. Even if they tinker here, I've got the Palace Jailer to stop it. Well, this is not a very sophisticated plan, but it's a very effective one. I'll give it that. Down to half their life total and dead next turn. Seems fair, man. And I have Disruption. I mean, I could have stopped the Coalition Relic, but I'm just like thinking in my head, I'm like, what do they have to kill me here? Like, it'd have to be like a Through the Breach Emrakul or something. I don't even know. I don't even know from 20 life what kills me. Well, I could think things up, but I just don't think on 5 cards it's very likely. And on blue-black, I mean, they have to be storming to get me here. If they're storming, cool. They got it, they got it. Plus, the Phyrexian Revoker would not have stopped Coalition Relic from... it would have made the mana still, it just wouldn't have been able to tap for mana on their next turn. And I cannot charge anymore. Alright, Tito. That's fine. I mean, you're just dead to Gideon, right? Alright. Have a flyer. Mind Twist? Alright, you're still dead, dude. Alright, you get to see my cards. Hey, now concede? Yeah, this is not a winning plan. I have the walkers already. All right, they didn't get to see the swamp. Actually, it was probably most relevant that they did not get to see the swamp there, because they don't know I'm splashing black now. I don't know why we played that out. I guess they wanted to see more of my hand, but they should have conceded after they saw my hand. All right, so white-black with some things and stuff. Ravages. The Ravages plan seems generally good against blue-based decks. I'm just subbing it, guys. I don't think I'm going to change anything. I think, if we have the draw we had last time, it's obviously very good. 2 Planeswalkers on, basically turn 2, Planeswalker, turn 3, Planeswalker is stupid. Hand's good. Okay. We'll see what they do on turn 2. I may land the Smuggler's Copter. I may just land a Thalia. Or I may land a Lone Relic Order if they play like a Signet here. Brain Maggot, okay. What do they take? I would not be shocked if they took the Smuggler's Copter. Is this an enchantment creature? It is, so I can get it with the Lone and Relic Order. That's kind of cool. Cool interaction. Took the Relic Order because it can take that. Okay. This go. Blue-black should have a tough time dealing with this thing, except in combat. Yep, do 1. Cool. Yeah, I'll play around Daze. Remorseful Cleric. You got it, buddy. I feel like that's kind of... they're going to get whatever they can get with that, I guess. But, so they're going to tap out next turn is what they're telling me. But I still have a 3/3 that flies. So if it's a walker, it has to probably plus. If they're just going to play Drago with me, I think that's okay. Nothing? Show me something. Show me another counter. They can have it. Yep, you got it. But they're not progressing the board, so I don't really care. I'm going to keep on jamming because that's what I'm supposed to do, I think. All right, you got a thing to play? No. Counter? If you got it, you slam it, right? Yep, you got it. But they're eventually going to run out of counters, so if they didn't have it, that was really bad for them. And then I just slam creatures next turn. Okay, I have no spells. So that does nothing. Doesn't kill my creatures. Okay. Legion's Landing. You have a kill spell for my Smuggler's Copter as well? They may. I think I save the Revoker and the Judgment here. If they have Toxic Deluge, whatever, they're going to give me a card back anyways. So it's kind of like a 2 for 2. Okay, the Hostage Taker. They're going to steal my Thalia? Okay. And cast it. Or are they going to leave up Counter Magic? Okay. Alrighty. Always nice to banish or priest your own creature after it's been taken control of. You can attack with the hostage taker, but I will attack you back, my friend. I'm gonna play this thing out. Attack with all to flip the Legion's Landing. Okay. They probably block the Banisher Priest, give me back the Thalia, and then try to draw into Toxic Deluge. It's probably their best line here, I think. I'm going to save the Phyrexian Revoker until I can name something like a Karn or an Ugin, you know, whatever. And I have a land that produces stuff now and things. Alright, so one line I could take here is I'm going to wait. Because if they rat the board, I want to be able to make a dude with the Adanto, the last fort, or first fort, or whatever it is, first fort. So if they like Ugin or something like that, you know, to blow up the board. Okay, Gravy Train, cool. That'll get blown up. That's a good card, though. Yep. I'm not blocking it. Alright, Grave Titans go in the way of the bin. And then next turn, I can jump through the air, right, to win with the Silverblade. Alright, that's a great one to discard. I can't reanimate it right now, or I can't bring it back right now, but it's pretty strong. That's just game over. Alrighty. Well, game one in the books, 2-0 to, well, Black, White, Death, and Taxes. I feel like I oftentimes end up in this deck. I think oftentimes it's the right, it's the signal that you get, right? I mean, I don't know. That's some blue-red decks recently. It's just tough for me to pass up on a good deck if I see it's just like wide open. I can't do it, you know. Alright, let's go. I'm going to go on a quick pause, guys, use the restroom, and wait for my round 2 opponent to join. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, we're back. I'd love to play first. This is a play first deck. Hand's optimal, really, right? Turn 1, Legion's Landing off basic planes. Don't want to run into Wasteland. Turn 2, Bob to recuperate my rapid expansion. Yeah, I like it. So, Legion's Landing. It's probably not the best draw this deck could have. That was the first game we played was pretty close to optimal, I think. I mean, it was, you know, turn 1 threat, turn 2 Planeswalker, turn 3 Planeswalker. Okay. Search. The one downside to Bob is he attacks for a lot less than a Adanto Vanguard. So, that is a liability here. If they're playing like an actual like green deck, like Search for Tomorrow isn't normally going like the green ramp decks, like the creature decks. Normally it's like a Storm card, but we'll see. Rofilos. Alright, Fauna Shaman's better than Rofilos. Get in there, Bobby. Alright, they're going to go up to 4 mana here, at a minimum. One thing we need to be leery about if they're playing black, because... Alright, they're not. They're just playing mono green. Okay. And do I attack next turn to flip Legion's Landing? I probably do, so I can double cast. I mean, with the Vampire. The Vampire is to be a toss-away card. I'll just toss it away so I can get a double cast next turn with a Danto Vanguard or a Strip Mine. That's fine. They can Strip Mine me all they want. I mean, they're going to also be giving me a Danto back, though. I don't like... If they Strip Mine here, I actually don't like the play, because I think they're actually behind on board. Strip Mining while you're behind on board tends to be bad. Alright, Kodama's Retry. They're trying to go big, but I really don't care for that Strip Mine plan. It's going to be okay-ish here, I guess, but... No attacks? Alright. Well, I drew all land. I'll attack with all that flip the Adanto, I suppose. They're going to a point where they may want to block one of these things, yeah. They don't disagree. Alright, 5 mana, what do you got? Alright, Garuk making 3/3s. It's kind of, it's medium. If I draw removal, well, that also does it. They know I drew the Armageddon, but I'm just going to play this and be like, hey, you're dead. Right? Double strike is dumb. Alrighty. Anything to change here? Ravages tends to be pretty bad in this matchup. Tends to be. Flyers are better. Like, Lyra Dawnbringer may actually be better than Ravages, ironically. Just because she's a big, dumb flyer. I think I'm going to try that. Like, I don't know if that's per se true in this matchup. Like, it's kind of crazy. But I haven't played Lyra. Alright, this hand is very medium. Very, very medium. But I think we keep it. Elsbeth is big game. Like, we need to draw lands in this hand, but or we should just draw, like nut draw our Crypt would be good. But we're on the draw, so I think it's reasonable. They didn't show us a lot of mana dorks. Alright, well, that was a good draw. Hope is they play like a Signet or some random, like maybe like Survival would be good. Nothing. Well, I'm glad honestly, I wanted to hit a land, but I'm glad I hit that because I really don't want to cast out Relic Order for no value. But I still want to get a creature. And I would have cast him out for no value had I not hit a creature. Another question, if they do nothing on 3, they're going to Kodama's Reach again? Nothing. Alright. Alright, well, I'm kind of missing handily here, too. I guess any land and I'm pretty set, but... What's your 4? Land Banisher Priest also be pretty strong. It's like a Thrun or something. And actually, I get to flip my Adanto next turn, which is not bad. Alright. Alright, this thing. They have the Strip Mine again. I guess if they have Strip Mine, it's not that big of a deal. Like, what's your big play? Alright, this thing. And then just kill you? Alright, I think I'm just going to win. Don't I win here? Yeah, I win. Alright. They just... okay. Alright, good game, man. That's game over. Yep. If I have any removal, you just die to that. Okay. I mean, it's possible they just had nothing better to do. Maybe their deck wasn't like the most well built. I don't know. Like I don't tend to like. And I'm not trying to make fun of that opponent, but I really think that in Cube, if you're playing the ramp spells, you tend to not be playing mono green. You're playing like something different. This hand's bad. Well, alright, this is much better. I mean, it's keepable better. Yeah, put it on top. This hand needs lands and stuff to get there. Alright, opponent F6. You can do it. Thank you. Unless you have Force Will, I suppose. Well, this hand's very good against mono green again. Come on, Moto. Remorseful Cleric, just in case they're like green, black, or animator or something. Oh, God. Well, I guess we just lose to an Emrakul. If it's an Emrakul, we just lose, right? Yep, free wins. Yep, you got it. And concede. That sucks. That's like the most miserable way ever to lose, but what can you do? If they have it, they have it. I think typically that's not going to work against us, but sometimes they've got it. And I felt pretty good about that game, too. Unfortunately, that was a way we could lose. All right, Ravages against this deck. I think you still keep it. Oh. Hand's fine. It's not great, but it's keepable. And hopefully we can miss out on getting channeled on turn 1 or turn 2 again. That was just like, all right, you got me. There are certain cards in the cube that are just... I mean, Black Lotus is the same way, right? Like, I had a game earlier where I had Black Lotus, like an Elsbeth or a Gideon or something turn 1. It was just like the game was over. And it's just like, That's probably why, like, Legacy Cube is probably just a better play experience for cubing, I think, in general. All right. Go. I'm biding for time here. Go. Want him to redraw that piece of crap. Channel, Emrakul. They have it again? That'd be hilarious. Skull Clamp's what we're going to name. And then we're going to hope they put mana into this thing. Because I can just blow this thing up with Council's Judgment, right? Okay. Okay, go ahead. What's going on over there? Alright, go ahead, my friend. Alright, they got a Trigon Predator. That kind of sucks. F6. You can do it. Alright, I guess we're waiting. Palace Jailer would be very good here. Possibly game ending, actually. Oh, opponent. Why? Yep, no, the game's working fine. We're just waiting for our opponent. Alright, quick pause, guys. We'll wait for this opponent. Alright, guys, we're back. Unfortunately, we drew land for the turn. But that means we can sack one in hand. And if we draw geddon, we can just geddon them. I'm not attacking here. I will block next turn with a Selfless Spirit, more than likely. So they have T-Don in hand. Yep, sadly enough, I have to block here. So I get some cards. And what do you got? Land. Slam something. Dude. Blows up this. Okay, just makes a dude. Cool. Seems good. Spell Pierce, that'd be so god-awful right now. I'd feel like a dummy if I didn't play around Spell Pierce and they had it, but this deck does not seem like a Spell Pierce deck. Alright, miss for a turn, and then hopefully I can draw something great as well. This is 7 lands, so they're very close to T-Don mana. Get into the Elspeth, yep. Geddon. There you go. You call it, and it shall come. Geddon. Scoop him. Scoop him. Alright, sweet. Alright, I did not think we were going to get there in that game, guys. So, we got lucky. We got very, very lucky. Now we have to fade. What do I have against Emrakul on turn 2? Kitesail Freebooter? Play an additional swamp? Like, I mean, I'm on the play, though. I'm on the draw. There's not much, right? There's not much. You just got to pray you don't run into it, right? Yeah, I mean, I think that's the breaks, right? Yeah, sub it. That's the breaks. Just hope you don't get Emrakul'd out on turn 2. Well, this hand's not even remotely keepable, so we're going to mull this. We're on the draw, so it's not horrendous. Alright, this is a good hand. This is a very good hand. I mean, actually, if they show and told, I think I bottom that. Because most busted draws are still like Crypt. And I can Smug Copter out. Alright, 1 drop. Cool. Planes go. And please no channel Emrakul on turn 2. I hate losing that way. If I do, that's what it is, but... Alright, it's just a recall, but wow, their deck has some great cards in it. Alright, Skull Clamp. They could even Skull Clamp up their own dude if they wanted to. Looks like they're going to. Okay, they're looking for the combo. Alright, so I do have to shut off Skull Clamp at some point, but they're only on 2 lands, so I think it's more imperative that I attack their hand right now. So, Conceal Courtyard... Attack the hand. Well, their hand sucks. Alright. Okay, draw more cards. discard cards. Play a land, obviously, but okay. Clamp. I mean, that one drop was a very lucky draw for them. But what can you do? So Skull Clamp is now off. And hopefully we don't get channeled out. I mean, they have to do it in the last 3 cards. Did they get there? Seriously? But seriously? Alright, it's Terrastodon or something. Alright, Ulamog. That's beatable, though. They hit my mana? Or they hit my dudes? Alright, they hit my mana. That's a big fella. Oh, wow. Don't want to block this. I think the answer is no, I do not. Okay. Big lift there, big lift. I got this? Woo! There we go. Ipso presto, white weenie. That last deck was spooky. Ancestral Recall, Channel, and everything good. Anyways, Black-White Death and Taxes, guys. The deck is great. I mean, we just beat an Ancestral Recall. Given our opponent kept a very greedy hand and Ancestral Recalled into some good stuff. Well, actually, they Ancestral Recalled into nonsense, but then drew into the stuff they needed to really make a game of it. But that was a spooky game. Like, very, very cool. Beat a channel. An actual channel that resolved a creature and blew up 2 of our lands down to 1. But that's because White Weenie's cards are cheap. So, I mean, cards like Banisher Priest can just get there, especially against an uninteractive deck like Channel. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a pretty fun draft, actually. I mean, fun gameplay in that last game, especially. Some of the games a little less fun, but that last game I think was pretty sweet. Like, we kind of got to showcase both the decks doing their thing, and our deck just managing to eke its way through it. Off of the back of a very good Planeswalker and some Exiler effects against an indestructible thing that would have definitely killed me on the following turn due to mill. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and take care now.